What's up YouTube? So today I wanted to do kind of like another accessory roundup kind of thing actually, and discuss what I think is probably the best way to play Nintendo Switch at home, which is this. This is the Tryone gooseneck, the upgraded one, which, I mean, it swivels. Basically you pop your Switch into here and you clamp this end onto a surface, for example like the table, which you can clamp it on, and then this neck, you can use both hands, you can sort of bend it into place to however you want it, so that you can find a more comfortable way to play your Switch while lying in bed, sitting on the sofa, just sitting at a table if you just don't want to play in docked mode basically. And for me, for playing like tabletop mode or anything like that, this far beats that when you're at home at least. For me, while we're playing at home, and you know, this is better than tabletop mode or anything like that, especially if you like to play in bed, because you just clip this onto your headboard or onto a nightstand, anything like that, bedside table, and you can just position it however you want it so that you can lie in bed and without trying to sound too lazy, you don't have to hold the Switch, you just pop it into the actual stand bit, which I can show you actually. So you take the Switch and these bits actually extend. So you take your Switch, pop that there, and you just pop and basically just clip it into place, and then you can just sit and play your Switch in bed. You can have it so that it's angled so that it's directly in your face while you sit on the sofa, anything like that. It is a really cool little accessory. What I will do as well, I'll get it set up now. I'll pause this video here and get it set up so you can kind of see it in action. So yeah, that's now actually attached to the gooseneck stand, which I've just put down the side of my table, so you can see that there. It's just clamped onto the table, and then it's in position. You can sort of swivel it, so if it's not in a position that you like, then you can adjust it quite nicely. You can obviously play like that as well, because you just get your joycons or your Pro controller, connect them, and you're good to go. You can just lie in bed and play it however you like. There is one thing to watch out for though, which I don't think I actually did for this video. Obviously I'm not going to actually have it like this for playing. I'm just sort of showing it in the video. But yeah, one thing to watch out for is at the back here. At the back there, you just want to make sure you're not covering up those vent holes. So when you clip it on, just make sure that you've actually got those exposed, so that they're not just covered up by this back bit. So as you can see, it's fully functional like this. You can have this attached to your headstand on your bed, your bedside table, nightstand, pretty much anything that's secure enough. So you want something that's like a strong wood, or even like a metal bracket or something you could clip it onto. As long as it's strong enough to actually take the force of that grip, then you should be okay. This is just a standard wooden table. I have made some marks on this, and it's not too bad. It's not like it's destroying the wood, but over time, if you do tighten it down too much, like I have, you will cause damage to the wood if you're actually attaching it to wood. Just a side note actually for this gooseneck stand, for the Tryone gooseneck stand, obviously there's been some issues with warping going around, and well, I haven't tried this with anything like, I haven't tried it while it's charging or anything like that, so I don't know if too much heat will cause it to bend under the pressure of the clamp, under the pressure of the actual stand bit which clamps onto the Switch. So be wary of that if you do purchase one of these. You probably don't want to charge your Switch while you're playing when it's actually attached to this stand. So the next thing I wanted to look at was these silicone sleeves for the Joy-Cons. Now, I normally absolutely hate silicone sleeves for any controller because I usually find they kind of fall apart really quickly, or they're just not comfortable to use. But with the Joy-Cons in, these are actually quite nice to use, and they do add a nice sort of depth to the controller and actually makes it feel more like a traditional controller. Not exactly like a traditional controller, because obviously you're holding like half a controller in each hand, but you've got this nice backing here which sort of stretches out, making it feel more like the bottom of like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, and that is actually really nice for when you're playing. They still feel like they might fall apart quite quick, like you've got that bit there which seems super flimsy, but so far no issues, and I've been using this for about a week now. They don't fit like tight or anything, like it is quite loose, but it is silicone, so I don't expect it to be tight. You don't really notice that while you're playing though. It's more just a case of if you do mess around with it a bit, if you do play around with that silicone a bit, you will notice that it's not super secure, but it feels nice either way. Yeah, I really like these. I will be providing links for all this stuff down in the description down below as well, in case any of you guys want to pick them up. I get most of my stuff from local stores, but this one I did get from Amazon, and the only reason I got these silicone sleeves was because to get that Tryone stand, whatever it's called, I had to spend another £5 to make it up for the free delivery, basically, to make it up for delivery. And I saw these for just over £5 and thought, why not? Give it a go. It could be cool. Obviously they are the neon colours rather than the typical grey like my Joy-Cons are, but I don't mind that. It was just to make up the price, basically. And the last thing that I bought accessory wise is actually this, which is the Nintendo Switch. I believe it's called the Messenger bag or the Traveller bag or something like that. Basically I got this because my backpack essentially died, and I do love saying that my backpack died because that's the only way to describe what happened. Basically the zippers went on my old backpack and I needed something new. With summer coming up, I'm probably going to be carrying my Switch around a lot because I probably will play this outside quite a bit. And it's things like keeping drinks in, like a bottle of water would fit in there absolutely fine, kind of energy drink, anything like that. Obviously you could just shove your dock in, which you could pop your dock in, obviously without the cables connected, that fits perfect. But for me that's more going to be used for like drinks and stuff, for just when I'm out and about with my Switch and with the bag. You can also fit like game cases in there if you'd like to. If you're going to put like a kind of pop or a bottle of water in there, you're probably not going to fit any game cases in there, but don't worry about that because you've got this back zipper here which has enough space for game cases in that compartment as well. So what I liked about this is, yeah, it's a backpack that fits your Switch, but when you actually get it, inside here is this case. So you get a nice hardback case to go with your Switch as well. Unfortunately it doesn't have any game card holders or anything like that, as you can see. But it's brilliant for carrying it around, specifically in this bag, because you can fit game cases in there. So to me that's not as much of an issue, and when I'm carrying my Switch out and about with this bag, I will just take game cases with me, or I might buy one of those little game cart holders that you can get as well. Also inside there you've got room for something like a Pro controller, or you could put your Joy-Con grip in there. I use that for my Pro controller if I feel like I need the Pro controller. I've also got this sort of Velcro bit that comes out. That goes into there. And sort of sections it off a bit. And inside there you can fit your power adapter, maybe a HDMI cable as well, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure you'd be able to fit both in there quite nicely. If not, you can just put the HDMI cable into that back zipper pocket, which is there. along with a couple of game cases. That's if you're taking the dock around with you. For me, the dock's probably never going to leave my house. I'm probably not very likely to use it outside of my house, so this bag's perfect for me for carrying around things like drinks, basically anything else that's small enough to fit inside the bag, alongside my Switch and a spare controller, and games if need be as well. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe for more content like this in the future. I probably will be getting quite a few more accessories in for my Switch because I really like the look of a lot of the stuff. Next month I'm getting the Elite Player backpack in. Once that gets to Amazon UK, I will be having one of those sent out as well. I will be buying one of those, so I'll probably do a separate video on that as well in the future. And my next video after this one, actually, I'm going to be using my Tryone gooseneck stand for recording the video because I needed a bit more space for that video, and my little tripod is nowhere near good enough for the video I'll be doing next. So if you want to check that out in use in another way that's not the Switch, then there will be a video up tomorrow using that as the stand for my camera basically. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one.